What's up, party people? Dekaron released something kind of interesting last week. They released this thing called Dekaron's Counsel, and basically it's a giant poll gathering information from the community about topics that I would assume they would act on. Now, in all my time of playing Dekaron, I have never seen a feedback survey. There were a couple little things posted in Discord, but like an official feedback survey, I've never seen in my entire Dekaron career. So I was like, oh, okay. This poll closes tomorrow, I believe. So if you're trying to add your input onto it, I would do it sooner rather than later. But I figured I'd look at the results that we have so far. We could chat about it a little bit. As of right now, on the 16th at 9:45 CST, we have 336 responses, which really goes to show you how small the Dekaron community is. That's pretty bad. Now, they didn't do a very good job advertising this, to be honest. The only place I found it was on Facebook, and tons of people don't use Facebook. So I think if they would have advertised it a little better, maybe actually in-game, then this might have, these numbers might have gone up a little bit. But we'll see. Maybe me making this video will get more of you to participate in it. I always think these polls are important to participate on because it's a way to, add your voice to how satisfied or dissatisfied you are with things. So, yeah, jump on it if you can. So let's go through. So the first thing they took was people's names. So if you want to see who participated in the survey, you can go through that. I'm not going to do that. What class do you play? Overwhelmingly, the largest played class was, I think it's Vicious Summoner right there. How'd Black Wizard do? Black Wizard, yeah, one of the smaller ones. 3.9%. I'm tied with Dragon Knight as the lowest played class. Nice. Which server are you in? As you can see, mostly Trieste. No one really plays Helion. What guild are you a part of? Overwhelmingly, no guild. Once again, guilds are very rewarding, so it's not surprising to me that people just put nothing or were too lazy to type their guild in. Pronoun, mostly dudes playing this game. Which age group do you belong to? The most popular age group is 19 to 30. And then how much money do you spend, how much do you spend on Dekaron? Now, as you can see, it was, most people said under $10, which means they're not spending very much money on this at all. In a month, and I would say my average month is also under $10. Every once in a while, if there's something, maybe I'd spend maybe up to like 30 or 50 bucks, but it's been a long time since I've done that. But there is a decent chunk here that spends over $100. Once again, I think most of their revenue comes from a very small percentage of players. So, are you new to Dekaron? New veteran player. I'm actually surprised that this new player was so high. I don't think Dekaron gets a lot of new players, so I wonder if these are really new players or not. And how long have you been playing? Most people have been playing this for a very long time, although it looks like we've gotten a couple new people in the last 6 months. So that's something. Would you recommend Dekaron to others? Looks like a lot of people said yes. I voted no. I was like, honestly, the game is like horribly pay to win and the progression is terrible, and I would not actually recommend anyone plays this to friends or colleagues or anything like that. But apparently other people feel differently. So people like PvE. What's the most important part that you want to see improved? As you can see, most people were like, hey, solo party dungeons. And yes, they need to be updated. And you'll see that they have a lot of these rate your experience with, and most people are just kind of like meh, 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 and meh. I think that's how all this is. It's like fair. None of it's really that good. It's also not horrible, but no one's gonna say it's good, right? Biggest drawback in PvE, my biggest one was low incentives. Just PvE is not rewarding at all. And I'm happy to see that most people agreed with me. So that's great. Suggestions, you can look through those. Oh, by the way, if you're trying to get to this poll, I should have said it in the beginning. Just go to their Facebook page. That's the easiest way to get to it. They might have a link in the Discord as well, but Facebook, Dekaron VFun is the easiest way to get to it. If I don't feel totally lazy, I'll put a link in the description, but I don't know if I'll feel like doing that. What do you enjoy about PvP? A large portion of people don't enjoy it. Other people like the solo PvP/duel. PvP is great. It's horribly it's all about money. so it's just not fun in that aspect. But you can see that a very large portion of players don't enjoy PvP. What do you think is the inadequate aspect? Character class imbalance. I love how they don't have the option of the PvP is pay to win. That would be the number one thing, is that it's literally just about the amount of money you spend. But yeah, whatever. Why you do not find PvP enjoyable? The biggest thing is the equipment power gap, which I think goes into the pay to win aspect of it, where just like basically having different equipment makes you significantly stronger than other players. And it's not even just the equipment, it's like the components of the equipment that like you can't just farm in game. They're only in the Dshop. Just large, very, very, very large power gap. And I think that keeps a lot of people out of PvP. So maybe they can think about that. What do you find engaging? Currently, most people voted for the XP and the Classic Stash, although VFun's XP events suck. They're like a couple hours. You know, we used to get we'd get like a week long of like 5 XP or something with Papaya, so they need to start bringing that back, especially since the level cap is high now. And the GM2 skills came out, and or at least I think they came out, didn't they? The level 210 skills, or maybe they are, or they aren't out yet. I don't even know. I haven't been following super closely. I think they're out. So, but with needing to get to a higher level, they should really increase the experience events. I said that the experience events are very poor because they don't last very long. Overwhelmingly, you can see very good and good are a small portion of this pie chart. So, Halloween event was meh. I mean, the Spooklet, or that's not even the Halloween event. I didn't even make a video about the Halloween event. The Halloween event was the Halloween dungeon, but the rewards are crap. So I didn't even bother making a video about it because the rewards were terrible. So I was like, this isn't even worth talking about. Classic Stash event is pretty good, primarily because people need spooklets and wedding rings. So it's not even that the event itself is super fun. It's just that they don't give us another reasonable way to get. Well, I mean, you can get wedding rings, I think, from Honeymoon, but I think they got rid of Honeymoon for some dumb reason. So now this is the only place you can get it. And then same thing with the spooklet. It's like these items should just be farmable in game, but instead they add them in on this event. So it's just, I don't know, meh. Give it a solid meh. They talk about past events. I just said stuff that doesn't require the Dshop. Most people are unhappy with the selection of the Dshop. I actually feel that way too. I don't even buy that much, but recently I was like, I wonder if I could, buy anything for my character to make him a little stronger. And I go in there and it's like, nope, not really. So it's just, like the selection in the Dshop's pretty bad. Most people are not purchasing players compared to purchasing players. What are the most common items that you purchase from the Dshop? You can see here the biggest one was packages, and you can delve into this a little bit. Like I said, I'm just kind of going over the basics here. You guys are welcome to look at this in more detail. And then Dshop insights are, which are you more likely to purchase? And pretty much all of them were pass for now, 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 pass for now. Pass for now, and then people buy XP talismans. So it's just most people are not interested in buying anything that's there because it's not like there's nothing good, And even when they add stuff, like random boxes are crap. So it's like, why are we buying those? As you can see, so if they're wondering about their numbers, they could take a hard look. I really hope they take a hard look at this and realize that their model isn't great. So it'd be nice. Function for the Dshop stuff I don't care about. Technical. The biggest issue is disconnections. They talked about the region that gets played from. It looks like the highest played region is Southeast Asia. I'm North America, which actually is a pretty small portion of Dekaron players. So, but I'm representing, right? And it talks about your country of residence, and then it goes into basically disconnection issues and experience with lag, etc., like that. I don't need to go into this in detail. And just some client updates and stuff that they want. A lot of people are having DC issues. People are having installation issues. Overall, the game generally runs pretty well for me. As you can see here, in terms of installing the client, what are you having the most trouble with? No problem at all. That was me. But yeah, I mean, DC issues have been a problem for a while now. And I think now they can actually see a number of how many people are having an issue with disconnections. You can see that half the players are getting disconnected 1 to 3 times a day. So I hope that they realize that, because I feel like a lot of times they just blame the players, like, oh, your internet's messed up or your computer's not right. No, your game is just kind of scuffed and you need to get this fixed. So right there. So hopefully they look at that. How much do you value the possibility of a server merge? You can see most people just want the server merge, although I don't know if it really matters at this point. There's barely any players on Helion anyway. It's not like it's going to make the population that much bigger, so there's that. I wouldn't mind getting some of my items from Helion server onto Tristy server, but that's about it for me. Are you looking forward to the 14th and 15th class addition to Dekaron? Yeah, new classes are always fun. We have the Muse coming out probably next year. I think I made a video about that if you guys haven't checked it out. And then the class after that, the 15th class, which they talked about in some like future Q&A thing a while back. I made a video about it. Will be the male Alokan. So the Muse was a little bit of a surprise. I thought it was just going to be the male Alokan, but we're getting the Muse and then probably the male Alokan after that. And then they talk about contents released in other regions and what are you most interested in. As you can see, it looks like the vast majority is instance dungeons and field dungeons. Dungeons are fun. It gives us something to do. You know what I mean? PvP events, man, the game is unbalanced. It's not super fun. Level cap expansions, it's 230. Unless you're spending a lot of money on like AFKing in Arcadia, like you're not very high in your level yet, so it doesn't really matter. Quality of life improvements are nice. Looks, no one cared about Dshop items. That's right. And then new weapons and equipment. I don't know. I feel like they just keep throwing out more of these, and it's just more money you got to sink in to get. So I don't know. And then anyway, they go for interest and all these additions, so you can look at that as well. Anyway, yeah, this was kind of cool. I was happy to see that they took the time to put something like this together. Like I said, if you want to get your response heard, I'd hop on and fill it out sooner rather than later. Just because, like I said, I think they're closing it early tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. Or maybe the day after. I don't know. I always get the time zones mixed up, but it was going to go for, I think, another week, but they decided to close it early. So, yeah, jump in if you can. I'm hoping that my video maybe boosts the participation a little bit, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun kind of checking this out and talking about it. We'll see what kind of stuff we get. We have been getting updates, but like I said, if I think the updates are just not worthwhile or kind of dumb, I honestly have stopped just even thinking about them or potentially making a video about them just because I don't want to waste anyone's time. I just kind of show up when I think there's something that's worthwhile. Dekaron G is releasing tonight, so probably going to be checking that out, making some videos about that, and yeah, anyway. Questions, suggestions, as always, you can leave them in the comments, and until next time, guys, take care. Peace.